Now, let's talk about religion in Egypt. Egyptians believed in many gods, at least 12 gods. Of course, the ones we know is Osiris and Isis, but there were up to 12 gods, the likes of Ammon. There were so many gods, there were 12 and even more. Now, one thing I didn't know is that the Egyptian gods are similar to the Greek gods. In fact, they are the same gods. Most of, not all, most of them, the main ones. And Herodotus tells us or gets the information from the priests in Egypt and also in Greece that the Greeks copied the gods or borrowed the gods from the Egyptians. Now, after some time, they didn't use the same names for the gods. For example, Zeus is Ammon in Egypt. Osiris is Dionysus in Greekland. So they have different names, but they understand they are the same gods, and that I found that to be so interesting. And also, the same thing happens between Egypt, Greek, and in Persia. There were gods in Persia who were just the gods in Greek, but different names. Babylon is the same. So, reading this book, I came to understand that the ancient world shared gods more than I ever imagined, that they had the same gods. And this is something else that shocked me reading the Herodotus book histories, is that even here next to our neighbors, the Ethiopians worshipped Apollo and Zeus. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I just know that Ethiopians um, embraced Christianity very long ago. The church in Ethiopia is among the most ancient, if not the most ancient. I knew that, but I did not know that before the Ethiopians became Christians, they worshipped gods that the Greeks worshipped, the Egyptians worshipped, the Babylonians worshipped, the Persians worshipped. I didn't know that. So that was interesting. Yeah, and generally, I found it interesting that these Apollo, Zeus, Dionysus, all these gods were not contained in small area of the ancient world. They were like very much spread. I think the entire of maybe a large part of Europe and of course Egypt, in Africa and Libya, and then Persia, Babylon, um, all of them kind of worshipped the same gods. And sometimes it was a matter of you deciding which of these gods you are going to worship. Yeah, so that's that, but that's a very small part of the religion in Egypt. In fact, Herodotus goes into detail to give us specific sacrifices the Egyptians offered, and the animals they killed, and the animals they thought were pure, and those they thought they were not pure. For example, the the pigs. I don't know whether that's where the other religions, especially those that are around today, took that dislike for pigs. Maybe there's an explanation for that, I don't know. But so religion, Egyptians tend to have been the source of much of the religion that spread around the world.